What's going on, guys? I'm Tanner, and you're watching Fishing with Tanner. And today, I'll be talking about wacky worms, alright? I'm a big fan of wacky worms. I like using them. I find them a very effective method to catch a lot of fish on. I've caught big fish, small fish, medium fish on wacky worms. Just seems it'll catch you a lot of fish and a lot of different size fish. But I've got just a few different. The ones I use laid out across the table here. That one's backwards. I've got the Zoom brand. These are the Zoom trick worms. I probably caught more fish with the Zoom trick worms, wacky style, than I have any other one of these. I've got Gary Yamamoto's custom baits in 5-inch and 6-inch. Them are their Senkos. These are our Lethal Weapon Lure Company. These are their wacky worms. So these ones here, unlike the other ones, these ones are solely designed for using as wacky worms. Like the Gary Yamamoto's and the trick worms, you could rig them up so that they'd be a weightless rig. But these are solely made for wacky worms. And then I just have some Cabela's stick baits. Alright. So, the way that most people will rig up a wacky worm, the way I did for a while, was either with an O-ring or without an O-ring. I don't have an O-ring on here at the moment, but they'll take it and they'll fold it in half or get exactly where they want. I just fold mine in half, and then they'll take it and they'll run the hook like this. Alright, just like that. So the hook is facing in the same direction as the worm. Alright, I did this forever and I caught fish on it, but one problem I kept coming up with was I would cast it out there, and a fish would grab it and take off, and I'd try to set the hook on it, and then it'd just come flying out of its mouth. So I couldn't figure out why that kept happening, So I did some research on it, and I learned that what was happening was them fish, because I did catch fish on them, but the fish that I kept losing was the ones that were coming up from the bottom mainly, because they would come up and they'd close their mouth, all right? And then whenever I would jerk to set the hook, it would just slide right out of their mouth, like that. Okay? And then there's so it just jerk it right out, because of the way the hook is faced. I would still catch some. I mean, I didn't lose every single one, because I would still catch fish. But, I just lost more than I wanted to, than I thought I should be losing. So, after I researched, I came up with this method here. It's basically you use a wacky tool, like this, with the O-rings on it, and you slide 2 O-rings off onto your worm. Okay? Just like that. And you put them in an X pattern. Y'all should be able to see that. My fingers are shaking, but y'all should be able to see that. Alright, and then I take my hook, and I run it between the X pattern. So I run it up between the 2 sides. Oh, let's see, I gotta get it lined up. Like that. Right there. Dogs. I'll run it up like that between them. So now the hook is facing this way, and the hook's facing this way, the worm's facing this way. So, whenever a fish from the bottom comes up to bite it, my hand's the fish. If he comes up, he's going to close his mouth, and whenever I jerk, that's going to set the hook on his lip. So, I've caught, this method, I've caught more fish using. I haven't lost near as many fish. I think I've probably only lost 1 or 2 fish this style, and I've probably lost a whole lot more the other style. So that's all I have for this video. I hope this helps y'all out when you're working on doing this, when you're trying to figure out what's going on or wacky rig your worms and stuff. But thank y'all for watching.